Call your good old buddy Brittany Brown. She made the cake. I'm gonna have makeup too.
If I can have everyone's attention, please.
It's just a sacrifice for her.
Mr. Matlock had asked for a little welcome and a few words here. Go ahead and eat and enjoy yourself. First of all, I do want to welcome all of you to this the third or fourth annual Stlp banquet and celebration. As always, like all the other years, there's plenty to celebrate of successes that our students have had here competing at Stlp. One thing, when I think about this and start thinking about all of this, the technology and the opportunities these students have by participating in things like this, participating and being part of our media program, the technology is out there, and there's so many resources, so many opportunities for our students that they say the jobs of the future don't even exist right now. So we prepare our students for jobs that don't even exist right now. But I think by being part of Stlp and being part of technology is a great way to get them prepared. Oftentimes we talk about kids who are gaming and doing the gaming stuff, and then all of a sudden you find out there's scholarships to college for gaming. Those students are very successful. Then we find out that those students who are very successful in gaming are being hired by the Department of Defense to fly drones. So there are so many opportunities that look like a game, look like a waste of time in this day and time, but the future may be the next great job for your son and daughter. And we hope to provide those opportunities here at Knox Center High School. Of course, the two letters that scare many of us older people a whole lot these days, mighty AI, and what's coming next. You'll find your face on any portrait at any place at any time. You'll get a letter written in seconds that probably doesn't sound a whole lot like you, but you really like what it says because it sounds pretty good. So technology's all around us, and I just celebrate these students who embrace it, who take part in it, and I'm thankful for the parents who take part in it and come to the banquet and support your students in these endeavors. This year at Stlp, and I'm sure Mr. Matlock will tell more, this year, the 30th year of having it in the state, there were over 20,000 kids participating. That means that our kids participated against some of the best and the brightest from all throughout the state of Kentucky. And we showed our own and held our own, and we're very proud of their work. So, guys, congratulations. This is definitely a celebration of your work for this year at Stlp. Thank you.
Welcome. As Mr. Frost said, thank you for being here. I'm Mr. Matlock. I'm the Stlp coach. You're going to see a lot of good stuff tonight, hear about a lot of good stuff that we've done as a team throughout the year. We started in September is when we took applications for Stlp, and we just finished last Wednesday, so it's been a long year. We've been in and out of school quite a bit due to weather and different things, so it's been a tough year in Stlp because we're not together. It's hard to work, but it's been a good year. So you're going to hear about a lot of good stuff that we've had and a lot of successes that we've had. And then our biggest question a lot of times is, what is Stlp? It's Student Technology Leadership Program. Mr. Frost said it's been in Kentucky for 30 years. Kentucky does it better than any other state in the nation. Stlp is a big focus for Kentucky. It gets a lot of funding, and in return, we were with about 20,000 students last Wednesday at Rupp Arena, competing at different levels and doing different things. And our school, for the first time ever, presented 5 projects at the state level, which is a big deal. They competed at region in November and advanced to state, and went to Rupp Arena last Wednesday and pitched 5 projects. So you think of the general project table presentation is kind of what it looked like. I'm going to show you some photos of that, where they had a board and different things in their table, and then did a pitch where they kind of practiced and rehearsed points and lines, and they pitched to judges in a room with about 600 or 700 other schools. So it was really big for us. When I first started coaching Stlp 4 years ago, we went with one project team. And then we gradually have added some throughout the year. So this year was 5, it was the most we've ever had. We're trying to achieve Stlp Gold status for Knox Central High School, which will be the first in the district in Knox County. And we're really close to doing that. We're hoping to get that status this summer where we can present even more. So really proud of these students and proud of our seniors. It's been the biggest group we've ever had. We had about 32 students total this year, 33 competing in some form or fashion. By far the most in the county competing at Stlp, and a lot of schools, they combined schools and the buses. We had to take our own bus and we filled it up, so that was nice. So we have a lot of interest and a lot of good students in there. Here in a little bit, we're gonna show you guys some of the projects. I'm gonna give the kids a chance to stand up if they want to say something really short and simple about the project. If they don't, I'll give you a rundown of kind of what they did. And then if you see your pamphlet or your program on your table, you can kind of read some of that stuff on there. It kind of showcases a little bit of their project work. I won't be reading all that, but some of that stuff you'll see tonight. And it's been a blessing to me to be able to work with these students. And I'm thankful for them and the impact they've had on our school, our program, and me. And I learn from them and we learn together. I say that a lot. Sometimes I get the title as the tech guy, but I always say I just know how to use Google really well. So I don't know if I should be the tech guy, but they teach me as much as I teach them, if not more. And we learn things together. And sometimes there's a situation or a tech problem that we got to tackle together, and that's what Stlp is. A lot of times we'll have teachers calling our rooms asking for help with printers or computers or presentations or microphones, and Stlp gives you the ones that run upstairs and go fix the problem. And you can ask about any of the 31 or 32 that was on the team this year. They've been called or asked questions about some type of tech help. So that's Stlp in every day in every classroom. But we're thankful you're here. You're going to get to hear not just from me, you're going to hear from some students tonight. And that's my favorite part about this banquet, our 4th year doing it. So before we get into presenting projects and kind of talking a little bit about those, I'm going to invite one of our senior members up. She's going to tell you about our best work in Stlp, kind of her vision from the last couple of years. She's a 3-year veteran. 4-year media student, so she's going to talk a little bit about that and just give you a glimpse into what it's like being a student in Stlp. It's Isabella Trent. You can give her a warm welcome.
Hi. I'm not supposed to hold this. Okay. Good evening, and thank you for coming to our Stlp banquet. I'm Bella, and I'm a senior here at Knox Central. I'd like to extend a heartfelt welcome to all of you. Tonight we gather to recognize the hard work and dedication that our Stlp students have put in this year. The innovation, creativity, and the incredible accomplishments of our student leaders who are using technology to make a real difference in their school and community. To start out, I'd like to reflect back on the start of our club. In 2021, our group of OGs, a very small group, started our meetings. Then, there was no pathway and no designated classroom. There was only gathering in the library or the very messy studio that could pass as a storage closet. There was only one project team competing. Now, there's a pathway with 4 classes, one being a class of 30 freshmen. Now, the studio is somewhat better. We tried to clean it. And now, we have had 5 project teams compete. Our club has come a long way, and I'm certain it will only continue to grow. This year, all 5 of our project teams made it to state, making it now the 3rd year in a row that all teams have made it past region, even with one of our teams 1 point away from a perfect score. At state, our 5 project teams were Work With What You Got Photography, Panther Podcast, Athletes Elevated, Umbrella of Understanding, and Blue and Gold Network. All of our teams did amazing presentations. One project, the Blue and Gold Network, made it to level 3 and earned the award of Best Group in level 2, placing top 10 out of 192 high schools. To highlight our other projects and challenges, we had many students compete. Emily Jordan, Jackson Broughton, and Emily Brown each did book cover designs. Peyton Jones, Chase Mills, Allison Smith, Danielyn Oberbay, Michaela Diamond, Harrison Trosper, Kelsey Smith, Vivian Branch, Austin Vargo, Emma McDonald, and even myself all put in very hard work into our Cinemania video titled Sabrina Carpenter's Perfect Day. I also submitted a digital photo essay titled Georgia Stitches of Family Business. Finally, for our CDA state finalists, Mackenzie Edwards and Alexis Moore in Animation Design and PSA, Tyra Johnson, Alyssa Smith, and Dalen Overbay in the documentary titled Forever 16. As you can now tell, our students in STLP have had a very successful year. On the more sentimental side of things, I also asked all 13 of our seniors to share their favorite memories from being in STLP. What they shared with me painted a full picture of how we are really like a family. Trying the spiciest weeks together, singing our heart out on our bus rides, using a speaker and a soundboard in Rope Arena, ice skating, crumble cookies, a Frozen-themed karaoke speaker, and playing Noah Con in class. These are all memories that we will cherish forever. These are times where we are fully ourselves and even got to act like kids again. I may be a little biased, but there's no club like STLP where we are one big loving family. And as I conclude this speech and graduate here soon, I have a few words I'd like to leave with you. To our principals, Mr. Frost, Mr. Barton, and Mr. Trosper, I want to express our gratitude for your continued support. Your commitment to our program has played a crucial role in helping us grow, learn, and succeed. Thanks to your encouragement and resources, we have been able to gain new technology, develop valuable leadership skills, and work together as a team. Your belief in the importance of our club has made a lasting impact on our personal and academic growth. For the underclassmen, enjoy every second of being in this club. You make this club what it is. Compete in everything possible, but don't put too much on yourself. Go on the field trips, make friends with everyone around you, and learn everything STLP has to offer, and just be yourself. Seniors, it's hard to believe that the year is coming to a close, and I believe all of you have set the bar very high with all the work you put in this year. Whether it was organizing our events, supporting one another, or pushing the boundaries of what we can achieve, you have made an incredible impact on this team. While it's hard to say goodbye, know that your influence will continue to resonate within the group long after you've moved on. The legacy you've created is one that will carry on, and I wish all of you the very best in the next chapters of your lives. Whatever path you take, I know that all of you will continue to excel and inspire those around you, just as you have done here in our club. This club has been a true blessing in my life. The opportunities it's gave me, the lessons it's taught me, the people, and a teacher has been one of my biggest supporters. Matlock, thank you for everything that you've done for me, and on behalf of our entire club, thank you for pushing all of us to succeed and for always believing in us. I'm excited to see what all STLP accomplishes next year and the years after that. This club is an incredible club, and I know it's here to stay. Thank you.
Okay, as you look at your little program, Bella just highlighted some stuff. I'm just going to go over our projects, and then if we have some team members here tonight, some we don't. So if you are here and you'd like to say a little something, you can stand at your seat. You can shout really loud. If you're really quiet, you can run here and grab the microphone. But we have 5 project teams, and as I said, project teams pitch a solution to a problem using tech. So I'm going to explain some of those in a minute, but it's that simple. It could be very broad. It can be from a newscast all the way to creating something that can help the medical field or AI. It's really broad, and so I'll leave it up to the students to decide on their idea. I just try to guide them and provide the tech that they need. And sometimes it's an idea that's just an idea that they want to make happen, and then sometimes it's something that's really happening that they've already noticed and they pitch it. And so you'll see that on these. But the first project that we had pass at the region level, go to the state level, and compete was work with what you got photography. Do we have any of those here? Okay, AJ, and then a couple more. Does anybody want to say anything? Okay, well, I'll give a rundown. Work with what you got photography is a photography service for low-income students. And so their idea was to make a service available to seniors and students that are going to prom or snowball to do photography services for students that may not be able to afford a professional photographer, go and travel to new areas and do different things. And so that service was provided through students for free here at school, so that was their idea. They did do that a couple times throughout the last couple of years, and it worked out well. So they pitched and it worked out. They didn't place at the top of the state, but they did pass the region and they competed in the state. So give it up for that team. The next team is the Panther Podcast. And do we have any of those here tonight?
Hi.
Would you like to say a little something?
Sure.
All right, you can describe this better than I can.
Okay, hi. I'm Angelo, and I was one of the people who ran the Panther Podcast. We noticed that a lot of our animal shelters here are very overcrowded and underfunded. So we made a podcast that was about student issues, advertising animals, and how to care for your animals, so we can try and get more adoptions. We have a mascot, his name is Hoover.
I will say that their presentation was one of the favorites at State because they had tons of pictures of awesome animals and cats and dogs and their own animals. And they partner with the Knoxville Animal Shelter and one of our teachers, Miss Bentley, that's on that board. And it was really good. The collaboration was good. And I'm sure they're going to take it back and try to compete again next year with that project. So it was great. The next one is Athletes Elevated. We just have Emily here tonight. Emily Jordan, I think, is the only one from that crew. She's awesome. She's the only one from her team tonight. She didn't want to talk, so I'll give you a rundown. Athletes Elevated is pretty much a social media service that highlights young student athletes, because a lot of times the region media networks pick up and focus on one athlete at a time from one school, and they get written about and reported about over and over and over. And although that's good, sometimes there's a lot of magical moments that happen in games and on the court or in the fields that we don't hear about. And so their idea was to try to look for those stories and promote those through social media and blogging and news articles. And so they made it past the regional level and competed at state. It was really good. The next one is Unreal Understanding. This is a second-year project. It was a mental health awareness project. Does anybody you guys want to talk about that? Okay. It was just a service for students that may be struggling with mental health or finding their place in high school, whether that be from studying and being worried about tests or curriculum or something in the classroom, all the way to just needing a friend. And so it was a podcast, a video series, and just some resources. And it was put out there for the student body. It was an idea that it's kind of turned into an actual thing where they've been available for anything, any questions, and a lot of times students mentoring students. So it was really good. Second year project too. I'm sure it's going to be carried on by underclassmen. And it made it to the state level twice, so that's really big. And then the last one's the Blue and Gold Network. If you've watched that network, raise your hand in this room. It's okay. 90% of you all watch that network at some point. So it's student operated now. So that's my example of a network or of a project that wasn't an idea. The network's really a thing, and they just took what they do and put it into an Stlp project. And they made it to the top in the state 2 years in a row. And they're really determined to try to win the state level with that next year. They're really pushing. They're already working on what they can do and what they can tweak. But you guys know what the Blue and Gold Network is. It's a streaming service that we provide our students run. And so they made the top 10 in 190 high schools in the state of Kentucky this year, which is really big. And they did a really good job. And so a lot of students, we have 4 presenters on that project, I think 5 members, but that project really on the Stlp lens is a lot of students, 30 or 40 kids that work really hard on that. So that's our projects. You can give them one more round of applause for the ones that are here. We're going to hear from another student now. His name's Chase Mills. He's one of our sophomores and one of our lead project guys, our tech guys. He's helped a lot. He's going to talk about why Stlp. Although you've heard a lot about why, he's going to give you a little bit more. And without further ado.
All right, I did not prep this speech at all. I have not went over it once, so let's hope it goes well. So you might be asking, why Stlp? Now, I'm going to start this speech off with a quote from my favorite TV show, The Office. You should never settle for who you are. Always go for better if it exists. Sometimes this is all there is to improve yourself. Michael Scott. So, if there's one word that describes Stlp, it's opportunity. The opportunity to truly show off everyone's talent in some way, shape, or form. Stlp is not bound by a project, a win or loss, it's an idea. It is a free-flowing canvas painted by every single one of the students. Stlp brings out creativity, teamwork, leadership, and problem solving all in the same program. It truly is an opportunity for everyone, different and alike, to come together to solve problems using innovation and cooperation. Whether you're passionate about coding a robot, can I look you there? I lost my space here. Passionate about coding a robot, media production, or leadership, Stlp gives you the opportunity to show off your talents in a way that feels meaningful. There's no single mold that you have fit into Stlp. STLP celebrates the unique skill sets of each individual. In STLP, we build, we design, we lead, and we grow. It's an opportunity not just to develop skills, but to discover who we are and what we're capable of. And perhaps the best part is that STLP welcomes everyone. No matter who you are or what you love, there's a place for you here. From my personal experience of STLP, I've enjoyed every second of it. It pushes me to try my very hardest in project situations, and while I've never came home with a first place trophy, I strive from every loss and try to fix the errors. And that's exactly what STLP is about. Growth, exploration, and a journey to become the best you in a project group format. Every single student here has grown not just in group skills, but leadership skills, work skills, social skills, the whole books. STLP is an opportunity to become ready to learn, ready to lead, and ready to succeed. I would like to thank every single member of STLP for putting their minds and creativity together to create and form not a club, not a group, not a program, but a family. But you may ask, why STLP? STLP is family.
Very proud. Very proud. On your program, you'll see the challenges and other projects. Bella talked about these a little bit. I'm just going to run through them. Students do a thing called CDA. It's Creative Digital Art, and a lot of STLP in the beginning years was us meeting after school. But nowadays we have a class, and a lot of the projects are on their own. So I just kind of equip them, and they work on their own time, and they let me know if they need a camera or a computer or you fill in the blank. They let me know if they need something. And they work throughout the year, throughout the months. I check in with them. Sometimes we have a meeting after school, but sometimes they can come by during the school day. So some of the CDA, Creative Digital Art, is their individual projects. We had, all these were competed at the state level, and some of them were state finals. So we had a book cover from Emily Jordan, Jackson Brought, and Emily Brown. The Cinemania video is one of our favorite projects. You get a video prompt with random props that are required from, this year was a dollar bill and a fish and a certain line and then a certain character, and they just give you this and you have to create a video with, in 3 minutes in length within 48 hours. And so it's a Cinemania, it's exactly what it is, it's mania. So those 2 days of the year you'll see us running everywhere in the school with cameras and trying to film and figure this thing out. And we've done that for 3 years. This is our first year making it to the state finals, so we were really proud of that. It's, if not the biggest project or the biggest competition in STLP that we really strive to win is Cinemania. So we're really hoping to do that next year. We're really thankful to be in the top 5 or 6 in the state this year out of about 60 that entered. So that was a big deal. And then there was all the students that worked on that are listed. There was a big group. Digital photo essay. Bella Trent did her grandmother's business, Georgia Stitches. She did that essay photography. It's exactly how it sounds. It's a photo collage with different wording and a story that goes along with it. Then we had Bryson Broughton on Tech Bowl. He's done that the last couple of years. Mackenzie Edwards and Alexis Moore, they did animation design and PSA. They made it to the state finals in that. And then the documentary Forever 16 in honor of Matthew Wood, that made it to the state finals too. We don't have the exact place on that bag yet, but they made it within the top 15 in the state on documentary. And those students are listed below. As we get ready, we're going to honor our graduates in a minute and give away a couple of awards. Harrison Trosper is going to come on up and do a little thank you to the graduates. We do this every year from a sophomore or junior, and just kind of like how these graduating seniors has affected the club. And after that, we're going to wrap up and give some awards away and get some medals. So give it up for Harrison Trosper.
That's my vice president. Yes.
Great to be up here, and I just kind of want to talk about STLP. I've only done it this year and last year because I'm only a sophomore, but I've talked to my parents. I mean, you've probably seen my name, like you said, on the Blue and Gold Network. I mean, I'm commentating on there, running cameras. I'm doing just about anything. So my parents, they've worked with Mr. Matlock. They told me about when it was just not even a class. It was just people meeting after school, doing those CDA projects that he was talking about. And I was going to do the marketing pathway, and then my dad called me, and he was like, hey, we're doing a media arts program, Mr. Matlock's going to run it. I mean, I talked to him about it at church, and having a class for something like this is so important, especially to somebody like me, because I was in 8th grade and I wanted to commentate, but I had no way to do it. I was going to try and work with WYMT and a few other networks, but I mean, it was probably going to fall short anyways. I didn't have any experience, and but this is a huge part of Knox Central now, especially with these graduates that helped build that foundation. I know you had a lot of the OGs graduate last year, and there's people that worked in that studio, and it was just maybe 6 people. But yeah, the class of 2025 has been really important to STLP. It's been where I found some of my best friends, a lot of people that I've worked with outside of school, sports and stuff, and people that we brought in. But a lot of these seniors, it is their first year doing STLP, and so it was good to see them get into something like this, something that I was pretty passionate about. Like, I was really passionate about the Blue and Gold Network, and to be able to reach top 10 out of 190 schools, that feels so great to me. And I know Chase does a lot of the work there. I remember last year, Sunny Ann Park, she was sick with the flu, and we had to bring Chase up rain. We got a permission slip the day before, and he ran up there, and we ended up placing last year too. That was pretty cool. And to be able to, we had Sarah Gibson and Reagan Miles who were seniors. They were people who had worked at STLP and were some of the original people. And so it was good to see them get their moment and go up there on the stage. And it was a little different this year, but last year you walked across the stage, they announced your name. This year we got on the Jumbotron and showed top 10 high school, something like that. But it was really cool to be able to show that at Rubber Arena. Going up there, it's surreal because you watch UK basketball games. You've probably seen, we won those 3 region championships. So you probably all watched this high school play up there, and so it was really cool to be up there and be up on that Jumbotron whenever you've watched UK basketball. So there are a couple of seniors that aren't here, but I'm going to talk about most of them. Isabella Trent, she's been one of the OGs. I mean, you're always here with Mr. Matlock. She's always working with him, helps him out with a lot of stuff. And I know when Chase was working on the Blue and Gold in the Cinemania, he was like, I really want to see Isabella get a win. She's worked so hard. I really want to do this for her. And so to see her become a motivation to some people, it really goes to show what her character is. Not just in STLP, she's genuine, she's nice, she works hard. And somebody that I've worked with in sports, Tate Brock, this is his first year doing STLP. I played football with him. I've known him the last 2 years ago and played football at Georgetown. Always somebody I've really looked up to, the weight and stuff. And at first I thought he hated me because I backed him up in our position. So I kind of talked to him after practice one day. He just kind of didn't really talk to me. Then I just realized that's just how it is. And of course, you have Emily Brown, who's a long right side of him. And they both worked really hard on the projects, and they've done a great job, especially in their first year. Austin Barga and Kelsey Smith aren't here today. They worked on that San Diego project. Kelsey was the star in the Sabrina Carpy 2 video. This is one of my favorite videos I've ever watched. Then you have people like Peyton Jones, who's done this for a couple of years now. Obviously, he's been around Bella a lot, so it's kind of rubbed off on him. And he also played football. I also played football with him, and he's a great person in the classroom, on the field, always genuine, always makes you laugh. It's good to hear. He knows what to do. And of course, you see some of the graduates that were here last year. They both did STLP, some of the OGs over there. Of course, Phoebe Cox is over here, another one of the seniors, always works hard. People always talk about how nice she is, how sweet she is, how she works hard, and all that. Kelsey Jackson, I only met her last year. I haven't really talked to her much. We're kind of friends. Never really talked to her. All jokes aside, she's one of the most creative people I've ever met. Always super nice, always has a smile on her face. Always looking out for people and just doing her best. Of course, you have Annie Kay, who started started this year, and she works hard. She's also, she's working with softball, and she's had to do all this other stuff. And so it's good to see people who are managing a lot of different things, but they still make time for STLP and stuff that I'm passionate for, and to see that other people have that same passion that I've got for a project and stuff like this. And of course, Alyssa Smith and Tyra Johnson worked on that Forever 16 documentary. I mean, that was amazing. And both those people, they work very hard. They're good at what they do, but these seniors, it's a special group of seniors. It's not just one of those senior groups that you watch pass by and you don't think twice about it. Definitely a lot of people that I've looked up to since I've been in high school. These people, they lead by example in the classroom, whether it be on the field or projects, working at Rec Arena with all these people. And they're super professional, super nice, just always upstanding people who you want to see in your community, people you want to see working jobs, whether, if they're teaching your kids or if they're working on your kid's car, or some people that you're glad to see if you run into them, or some people that you're okay with. You love to see them in our community, and you love to see these people working around here and getting into the workforce and going on to do a lot better things. Of course, people say high school is the best 4 years of your life, and that's not working. But really good to see them. Really good to see them one more time. And thank you. And that's really all I'm saying.
Good job, Harrison. As you can tell, Bill said it, Harrison said it, Chase said it. This is a good point. Stlp is family, so we're really thankful. I'm going to ask Bailey and maybe one other to come on up. We're going to go ahead and honor our seniors. Give a couple more words away and then we'll end the line. Come on up, Bailey. Okay. We will call you all up, and then Michaela's going to take some photos right here. Okay, to our seniors, these medals represent your hard work and dedication at North Central High School in the field of media coverage, student technology, and much more. We hope that you continue to be creative and develop passions that drive you to do your best. We thank you for your dedication to covering the events, the games, the ceremonies, and helping with all the tech issues in our building. I encourage you to wear these medals at graduation proudly, and when you look back and see them in 5 or 10 years, that you see the season in your life with a smile, and remember that your creativity is still there. We challenge you to do that. Our first senior tonight is Isabel Trent. Our next senior tonight is Emily Brown. Our next senior is Tate Brock. We'd like to honor Austin Bargo and Kelsey Smith. They're not here tonight, but they were also graduates of STLP. Our next senior is Phoebe Cox. Our next senior is Tyra Johnson. Allison Smith and Danny Lynn Overbay are not here tonight. They will be honored to another day. We're thankful for them. Our next senior up is Annie K. Rose. One of our original STLP group from before the class in the pathway. Our Our next senior is Alyssa Smith. Our next senior after Alyssa is Peyton Jones. And our next is Kelsey Jackson. That's everybody. I think we got 4 over here, so 13. Give it up for these guys one more time. We're going to take a group photo. I have 2 awards to present tonight. In years past, we've done 1 award. We've done 1 year we did 4. It's just it changes every year. So this year we have 2 awards, and these are really fitting for these students. 2 awards for these seniors tonight. This is. The first is our Knox Central Team Player Award for STLP. We started doing this award a couple years ago. One of our honorary members is here that got this award. We call it Harmony Award at that point. Sometimes it's Team Player Collaborative Award. It just goes to a senior that is always there to help with a smile on their face. That doesn't mean they're an expert in every area. Sometimes they're not an expert in tech. Sometimes they just can talk really well. Sometimes they don't talk at all, but they're there to help hook up cords and run cameras and do all the things. So the STLP Team Player Award goes to the senior member that has shown support and dedication to always helping others with a smile. This student embodies the meaning of support and character. This particular student has been part of the team for 3 years, so she was part of the team before the pathway in the class, and the big change happened a couple of years ago. The STLP Team Player Award goes to Kelsey Jackson. All right, sorry, this award's down here. A little bit about Kelsey. Kelsey's been part of STLP for 3 years. She's consistently kind and hardworking. Although she, like many others, face hard schedules. I've always joked with her, it's her first time being at the banquet because she plays softball, and they always have a softball game, it seems like, on the night we do the banquet. But really thankful for her. I remember when I taught special ed upstairs, she would come by, and I remember us in the hallway working on logo design one year when I really was early in these days. And so she's been there, and like I said, Kelsey won't proclaim to be an expert in every tech area, but she's always there with a smile to help. We really appreciate her, so give her one more round of applause. The next award we have tonight is the STLP Leadership Award. I've given this award away for 4 years in a row. Every year it goes to somebody different. This award goes to a long-standing member that has committed to the success of STLP as a whole. Often these students work various levels of tech. They work in various projects. They work in various individual projects. They're involved in a lot of things with STLP. Sometimes when you think of STLP, you can see this student. They're always there at the practices, at the meetings. They're answering the emails. They're working on the extra stuff. This student has shown natural leadership in helping others, in coaching others, organizing, and much more. The STLP Leadership Award embodies what it means to love STLP in every day in every class. It's not just a club for them. The STLP Media Leadership Award goes to Isabella Trent. Something about Bella. Bella's been such a special part of STLP, but not only STLP, for more than just this year. Bella's consistently loyal to our program. I've often said if I could have 10 of her, my life would be a lot easier, because she's one that is always working on something for me. You could ask her. You could ask any of her teachers. She's always working on something for me. And if my life would be easier if I had 10 of her. And she's very, very dedicated in delivering projects and doing things even beyond STLP. I could go on for a lot about the wonderful things Bella's done for our program, our pathway, the hundreds of events over the years, the thousands of photos, the many, many projects, the crash outs over her overwhelming schedule that she gets stressed out about. And when I try to give her something new, she gets mad. But we got to get it done, right? And but overall, I'll leave you with this. Bella shows up. and it hasn't gone unnoticed. You know, when others would have plans and couldn't come, or others had games, or others had this and that, and I understand that, but Bella consistently showed up over and over and over. Even when the schedule was tough, she made time to be here, and it did not go unnoticed. And we really are thankful for her, and she is one of our last media members as a club member. She's the last part of the group that came in with me when we started this, and so next year they'll all be gone. And there's a few more that was a 3-year members. Annie, Kay, and Kelsey were 3-year members. There may be a couple more that has played a part, but Bella is a 4-year member that started media club in the very beginning when it was just an idea. We met after school in a closet or a library or whatever, so very thankful for her. In closing, to our juniors and underclassmen, they've said it already. We're excited for what's to come next year. We encourage you in September to jump in and apply for Stlp again. If you're a returning member, you'll get a spot for sure. We try to take around 30 students, so very thankful for you all that were in it. I encourage you to do it again. We'd love to have you. In closing, we appreciate your parents for lending us the students. We poured into them. We hope they take this passion to develop it and continue to work on projects even on their own. It's sad to see the seniors leave, but I know that we have a lot of good juniors stepping up. So let's give them one more round of applause and the project team.